Hi everyone, it's Wayne from Tanamasi here. It's the first week of autumn and it's still 30 stupid degrees, but I've been working really hard on another shell for Simon and Jeremy at africandrumming.com.au, and this is it. So when it was first sent to me, it had the classic red, yellow, green wrap, as you can see here. And I had a thought that I could remove that wrap and do something a little bit more funky. So I removed the wrap and it looked like this. And then I wrapped it with some paracord and now it looks like this. So that looks pretty cool. Now, the verticals are going to cover up quite a lot of it anyway. So part of the challenge for me was to draw some attention to it. You'll notice in the bottom half of it, there's lots of greens. Top half was burgundy, red, orange, yellow, and neon yellow. And then in the bottom half, it was neon yellow, neon green, and then through some darker greens. So I needed to lift the bottom a little bit. So I did some very interesting twisted hitches down the bottom in yellow, and they look like this. And overall, it was quite a challenging build, and this is what it looks like. So we've got the paracord in the two channels, top and bottom. We've got your bog standard raster verticals, and the twisted hitches down the bottom in the yellow. Now, I didn't oil this one. The reason for that is that it's either really dark Lenke or Dugura. Either way, it's got those very characteristic white spots that come through in the grain, and they were obvious enough. I didn't feel the need that this needed to be oiled. I've put a couple of little tacks at the bottom of some of the feature points of the carvings, just to draw some attention to where those points are. But again, there's so much interest here in the carvings, I really didn't want to go overboard. So I kept it simple, because realistically, the bowl is what this drum is all about. So we've got a relatively thick African goat skin with a pretty cool skin on it. It's sort of grey, a bit of old man kind of salt and pepper look to it. But the good thing about being a slightly thicker skin is that it will stretch in quite nicely. There's a few little overtones at the moment, but it's just going to sound better and better and better the more that you play it. I've started the knots here and worked my way back around because I didn't want the playing surface to get too much stretch in it. One thing to note for whoever is the lucky person to own this drum, when you're doing the knots, I've gone for the simple version of the knots rather than the Marley 4-weave. If you go with the simple version of the knots, that would be better. But also, what I've found is that if you just whack it in there, the paracord will actually move a little bit. So I put just a screwdriver in between the two verticals that I'm cranking, and that eliminates that problem. So it keeps all the paracord in the wrapping nice and even. Otherwise, if you put a big knot in there under tension, you'll move some down and it'll get stuck there, and then you'll have a gap and it'll look horrible. So at the end of the day, this drum looks fantastic. It looks amazing. It sounds just as good as it looks. So this is, I think it's, I'm going to guess that it's Dugura. Because it's a bit dark to be Lenke. Lenke is normally more orange than this, but the grain in it is very reminiscent of Lenke. So I think it's Dugura. I think Simon will confirm that one way or the other. He'll probably put a little video up or something on his website when this actually hits the website shop. So what are we going to play this one? How about we do some synthé? There we go, just for something different. So that's what it sounds like, freshly skinned. I cranked this yesterday. I skinned it last Sunday. It's Monday, so Monday a week after. So I cranked this yesterday being Sunday. So it's had 24 hours and it's got 4 knots in it total. It will sound better and better as you play it in and stretch it. And it's actually not that heavy, so it would be really good as a performance drum. It's got the visual bling to it, and it'll have the sound to it within, you know, probably 3 or 4 weeks of some good consistent playing and some knots. Seriously, by the time you get halfway around on your knots, this thing will be absolutely screaming as a solo drum. And it's not too heavy and it looks awesome, and you'll be able to get it from Simon and Jeremy at africandrumming.com.au. I know I say this every time I do one, but the bar keeps getting higher and higher. This will be top shelf. I would not be surprised if this is the most expensive drum that ever gets sold in that shop. But seriously, it is worth every penny. Just it's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. If it wasn't for the fact that I've got 3 drums already and I'm waiting on a new move from Simon to arrive in his container, I'd probably be tempted to, if not buy it, then recreate it for myself. This particular wood resonates. It's got good projection to it, being a hardwood, but it's not overly heavy. I find a lot of the Jala tend to be thick carve and tend to be generally a little bit heavier. Lenke is pretty much my go-to for my solo drum, but Dugura is quickly becoming a favourite because it's darker, it's got the white spots that are very characteristic of Lenke, and it's beautiful wood to work with. So do yourself a favour, go to the website and get this one, because this one is going to be an absolute cracker. Until next time, when the bar gets raised even higher, it's Wayne from Tanamasi. See you later.